Now, there were two teams in the Super Bowl, though. We talked about the Buccaneers, and I think it's going to be difficult. You don't think it's going to be that easy, but let's talk about the Chiefs. The Chiefs have got a lot going on. Now, obviously, their core superstars come back. Kelsey comes back. Mahomes isn't going anywhere for 10 years. Tyreek Hill signed to come back. But what about the Chiefs? What do you think the Chiefs need to do to actually get a little better?
Well, it's obvious during the Super Bowl 55 that their priority must 100% absolutely positively be the offensive line. That's where it stems from them. All of their problems, their concerns during Super Bowl 55 stem from the fact that they had a patchwork O-line, that they had to move people around the line just to be able to put up bad protection for Patrick Mahomes. It's not really good. The Buccaneers had 3 sacks, but they could have had 7 or 8 easily, if not for Mahomes avoiding the rush. But anyway, so here's the contention for the Chiefs O-line, I guess. So they have been playing the entire season with the patchwork offensive line because Mitchell Schwartz, one of their starters, was out for the majority of the regular season. And of course, Laurent Duvernay opted to stay in Canada because apparently he's a physician and he helped with the COVID efforts there in Canada. So in some ways, there's consolation. There's reason to believe that the Chiefs lost because, well, 2 of their starters were not in Super Bowl 55. And of course, the biggest absence of them all is Eric Fisher. But if there's any priority for the Chiefs going into off-season and even the draft, no doubt it would be the offensive line. And they have to decide on Sammy Watkins as well, because it was also evident during Super Bowl 55 that Tyreek Hill would also need somebody else to stretch the field with him. I mean, Nicole Hardman can do it, but at least with the Sammy Watkins, you got 3 people. So that can somehow fool the D-backs of the Buccaneers. So that could open some opportunities for Hill downfield. However, he did not have that luxury come Super Bowl 55. So they might be in the lookout as well for another wide receiver just to release some burden off Hill, just catching all of the deep throws and loosening the defense around him because he gets double teamed most of the way.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs have a lot more problems than people are saying they do. They were able to hide their problems on the back end of the defense. That secondary is not great. Their linebackers are average at best. They were able to hide that by being an offense. They can score very quickly like that. Now, when you look at having to fill in an offensive line, maybe Fisher comes back, but you obviously need some depth on that offensive line, and you need to be able to do it quickly. So I don't know, man. I think the Chiefs. I'm going to say right now, I'm going to predict the Chiefs. Excuse me. The Chiefs struggle to actually come back next year and make the Super Bowl. A lot of teams are going to game plan to beat the Chiefs. A lot of teams are going to build their rosters to build the Chiefs. A lot of teams inside their division are going to be more ready to beat the Chiefs next year. San Diego is going to be a much better team next year. That's not a cakewalk for the Chiefs. The Raiders are obviously going to go out and do what the Raiders do, which is spend a bunch of money and try to bring a bunch of new people in. So I'm going to say right now, the Chiefs are not going to make the Super Bowl next year. As a matter of fact, the Chiefs will maybe make the playoffs, and they'll be eliminated early in the playoffs. The magic of Patrick Mahomes is going to start being a little more normal for people. People are going to be like, well, Patrick Mahomes is good, but Patrick Mahomes can't do things all by himself. In fact, in the NFL, no one can. And that's really what we learned. We learned that whether it's Lamar Jackson or Aaron Rodgers or Patrick Mahomes, you can't do it by yourself. Tom Brady did not win a Super Bowl by himself. I understand that the narrative right now is that Tom Brady won his 7th Super Bowl. Yay! He's the greatest champion of all time. Listen, Tom Brady has been on some of the greatest teams of all time. This Tampa Bay Buccaneers team was loaded from the get-go. That's why Brady went there. It wasn't because of the warm weather. He went there because the team was loaded. And he leveraged his other opportunities in other places to get himself that really, really good job. And bravo, great move. That you're the greatest of all time. That's what you should do. You should leverage yourself into a position that's got a really good team. Peyton Manning did it when he went to Denver. Denver was loaded at offensive weapons. So Peyton Manning didn't go to Denver by accident. And Peyton Manning had a bad neck and knew that his arm wasn't what it used to be. And he knew he'd play 8 games a year in Denver where the air's a little bit lighter and the ball travels better. So listen, I think going back to Kansas City, I believe Kansas City is going to be in some real trouble because they're going to have to pay some of these guys. And listen, it's going to be hard to keep that talent around Patrick Mahomes.